catch 'em all.
Hey guys, PokeDan here. Within the Pokemon world we have many different regions, and in each one of these regions are tens of unique towns and cities. And when I say unique, I definitely mean it. We have towns and cities based on Japanese culture, the Wild West, and we even have one with a freaking aeroplane in it. And of course, every single person has their favourite towns and cities in the Pokemon world. And in fact, that's what I'm here to talk about today. In this video, you guys join me to count down my top 10 towns and cities in Pokemon. Of course, this is just in my opinion, so be sure to leave yours down in the comments section. Also, before we get started, you may be wondering why I've uploaded a day before I usually do. Well, that's because I wanted to tell you guys that tomorrow, August the 11th, and Sunday the 12th, myself and a bunch of PokeTuber friends will be at Summer in the City in London. So if you're also attending, be sure to come say hi. But with all that being said, let's get started with the video. Coming in at the number 10 spot on this list is a city all the way from the region of Johto, and it is Ecruteak City. As nearly anyone who takes a glance at Ecruteak will see, this popular location has a very Japanese feel to it, and that's because its origin is based on Japanese culture. Personally, I like this city because of its Japanese inspiration, and even though there are other places like this out there in the Pokemon world, Ecruteak will always be my favourite. This city is also the home to locations such as the Bell Tower and the city's very own gym, which is of course ran by the ghost trainer Morty. No, not that one. Overall, this historical city is one that many fans adore, and it holds a special place in my heart. The Alola region is home to one town that many have steered clear of, and that's because it's ran by the menacing group known as Team Skull. It's Potown. Out of all of the towns and cities in Pokemon, Potown is the only one that to me feels really dark, aside from Lavender. And that's mostly because of the heavy Team Skull presence in the town. This place is truly vandalized, with graffiti sprayed all over, and because of the lack of human civilization other than Team Skull, Potown just feels empty. When you first visit this location, you have to take on many Team Skull grunts, and after defeating them, you'll end up at the Shady House, which is the base of Team Skull. So, Potown sounds like a nightmare, but I don't know, I really like it. It's dark and mysterious, and it just stands out, and that's why I'm a fan. Making it at the number 8 spot on this list is Celadon City. This iconic location can be found in the Kanto region, and it's home to many well-known buildings such as the Game Corner, Celadon Department Store, and of course the Grass-type gym, ran by the gym leader Erica. Even though all of this would be enough to put Celadon on this list anyway, there's another reason for why I love this place. And that's because Celadon City has one amazing theme. Here, take a listen. This is one Pokemon theme that I absolutely adore. It's one of my favourites. Eagle-eyed viewers might just notice that I love this theme so much that I use it in almost all of my videos. To me, it just sounds great, and it's the main reason that I love Celadon. For the next entry on this list, we take a gigantic leap from Kanto to Kalos to talk about Snowbelle City. Earlier on in the video, I mentioned that towns and cities come in all different shapes and sizes. And the reason I love Snowbelle City is because it's covered with snow. Living in the UK, it isn't that often that we see snow. but whenever we do, a lot of people get excited and post about it all over social media. Yes, there are other locations in the Pokemon world that offer a bit of snow, but I prefer Snowbelle because it also has a massive Christmassy vibe. I mean, just take a look at the gym leader in this city, Wulfric. He looks pretty similar to Santa. The Kalos region gave us a lot of stunning locations, but Snowbelle City has to be one of my favourites. Another amazing location that resides in the region of Kalos is Lumiose City, and it takes the number 6 spot on this list. Lumiose is the largest city in the Kalos region, and it's home to a lot of memorable and popular buildings. I'm talking about places like Lumiose Museum, Sycamore's Lab, and let's not forget the Prism Tower, the massive structure that stands in the middle of the city. Not only is Prism Tower a beautiful sight to behold, but it's also the home of the Lumiose City Gym, which is ran by the fan favourite character Clement. Lumiose City, as some of you may know, is inspired by the real-world location of Paris, and this is somewhere that I'd love to visit at some point in my life, so seeing it in a Pokemon game makes me more than happy. Coming in at the number 5 spot on this list is Huemul City. This location was introduced back in Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, and despite it having a late arrival to Generation 5, Huemul is still one of my favourite cities. One of the reasons why I like this place so much is because it has a very tropical feel to it, and it reminds me of the season of summer, one of my favourite times of the year. As well as that, I just like the overall design of this city, and even though there have been places like it before, it still stands out and feels different. In Black 2 and White 2, we also saw the arrival of a few new gym leaders, and Huemul City is where the water-type trainer Marlon resides, and I gotta be honest, I really like the way his gym is set out. If I lived in the Pokemon world, I'd love to stay at Huemul. It's tropical, well designed, and one of my favourite cities. Another location that made this list that is also surrounded by water is a small village from the Alola region. I'm talking about Seafolk Village. And despite it not having Town or City in its title, yes, it's still eligible to make this list. One of the reasons I love this location so much is because of the floating boats that are designed to look like different Pokemon. To me, this makes Seafolk Village really unique, and it's awesome to see all the different Pokemon that the boats are designed after. Still a little bit salty that Chinchou didn't get a boat though. But what can you do? From Seafolk Village, you can also go visit the Exeggutor Island, where you can run into this meme of a Pokemon. Seafolk is one location in the Pokemon world that makes me happy to visit, and for that, it gets a spot on this list. The Unova region is home to many amazing towns and cities, and one of the most popular has made this list. It's Nimbus City. Out of all of the cities I've mentioned on this list, Nimbus has to be the most entertaining place to visit. It is home to many amusing facilities, such as the musical theatre, the big stadium, and of course, the Ferris wheel. As well as all of this, Nimbus City has its very own gym, which focuses on using electric-type Pokemon, my favourite Pokemon type. It's also ran by Elisa, one of the most fabulous gym leaders out there. And one more thing about this gym, I just love the concept of riding around on different roller coasters. It's a really fun idea. So yeah, Nimbus is a great city, and it's more than deserving of its spot on this list. Something this list has been missing so far is a bit of Sinnoh, and making it at the number 2 spot in this video is Sunyshore City. Sunyshore is the home to the final gym in the Sinnoh region, and just like Nimbus's, it uses electric type Pokemon. So already, you know I'm a fan. It's also ran by the gym leader Volkner, and this is a character who I really like. One of the main reasons why I like Sunnyshow City so much is because it's designed differently from most others. In this location, the way to get around is by walking on bridges made of solar panels. And not only is this super efficient, but it's a concept that I find intriguing. To top it all off, this place also has the Sunny Shore Market and Vista Lighthouse. So it's understandable why people would visit this location. Heck, if I lived in the Pokemon world, I certainly would. And finally, making it at the number 1 spot on this list and my favourite town or city in Pokemon is Hearthome City. For those of you who don't remember this location, it's found in the Sinnoh region, and I've loved this place ever since I played through my first game of Pokemon Platinum. Hearthome City for me is very nostalgic, and I remember when I was younger just spending so much time here. And I used to love visiting Amity Square to walk around with my Pokemon too. I know most of you will be confused over my number 1 spot because it's not as exotic or unique as other entries, but I don't know, I guess I'm just blinded by nostalgia. Hearthome will always be special to me, and it is by far my favourite city in Pokemon. But anyway guys, with all that being said, that pretty much wraps things up for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Also, be sure to let me know in the comments what your favourite towns and cities are. But for now, I've been PokeDan, you've been amazing, and I'll see you guys next time.